cigar industry is without doubt the scoring system. Scoring system is, to me, the biggest gripe there is in the cigar industry. And when I mean scoring system, I mean the whole James Suckling 0 to 100 scoring system. Now, I'm not trying to get out James Suckling here, so we're not going to get into that. I don't think this is. But his system of scoring wines was adopted to the cigar industry. And what I just can't seem to fathom is why you have a 0 to 100 score system, yet you only ever use, in real retrospect, 15 numbers, 10 really, for the most part 10, for a max 20 numbers. You have a 0 to 100, but you only use this part. Make it make sense. Now, I've got some notes here about what that system is supposed to mean. So, here we go, guys. We're going to go through how they score. And this is also according to, supposed to be the top leader in the cigar industry that many people follow, Cigar Aficionado, but the same system they took in. So let's go through how they rate it. If a cigar scores below 70, so that's from 0 to 70, already we're at 3/4 of the way forward. So you see where we're going with this, right? Just for a second, close your mouth, open up these things, open up these ears, guys, and just listen to what I have to say. 0, 70, let's say is my forehead line, yeah? 0 here, 0 to 70. We've already took out this whole chunk that is just non-existent. So why do we need it, right? Just put a 0 to 30 scale then. If they score a cigar below 70, it means don't waste your money. Alright. Guess what? There barely is any other cigar under 70. Barely. Ever. Shh. The next scale is put this up the rest actually. 70 to 79. And 70 to 79, so like I said, say down here is the bottom. 70 is already about my moustache. We'll go up to bottom eye line. Is average to good commercial quality. Now I've gone through hundreds of cigars, hundreds, right? Some people might think because I'm new to the industry, just in the past year, don't know if you can see, I don't want it to tip out. That's how much cigars. Oh yeah, we're gonna do, forget that one. Don't look at that one. That's for another episode. I just left it in there because it's the best place to leave in there. That's how much cigars I have in the past year. You can see, and for those that, oh, you only smoke, I don't just smoke, you can see load. Oliva, Flathead, Hoyo, Epicure, Drew Estate. Yeah, keep this one out actually because we'll need it. Keep that one out as well. This is one of my favourite ones actually. Love that band. But as you can see, guys, about trying to run off the point. Actually, I have smoked hundreds, tons of cigars, and from any level. Look at this Madrigal. This is it's gonna come up. This is what's it called? I can't remember the name of it now. El Madrigal, and then we got the. There was two, the small one, the big one. Smoked those ages ago. There is a range here. Alec Bradley, Nico Puro. I've gone through a range, the lineage. I'm just trying to show you new gods, so like, you know, you can tell you some of these poorly ones. Flathead 504. I love that. I did love that. I've only had around one, but that was years ago now. I have it again. One of the only old ones I've kept in car. That wasn't a bad cigar actually when I tried it actually. But I've gone through loads from top range to bottom. Placencia, didn't even see that. There's a one that gets a lot of reviews, this brand. Casa Torrent. Shocking, all of them. And look, I've got gone through the range, Casilla. Actually, this one I think was the Nicaragua one. No, that's gonna focus. Shocking as well. I've gone through them. Gurkha, we got a Gurkha here. I've gone through them, guys. I've gone through them. And a lot of them are in the 70 to 79 scale. In my opinion, they are, right? However, according to Cigar Aficionado, they are nowhere near that scale. Funny that, isn't it? We're coming up to eye level now. 80 to 89, very good to consistent. 80 to 89 is a very high score. Now, if it was very good to consistent, surely that would be in the 70 to 79, right? Or 85 maybe. Very good. Very good is very good, right? I mean, very good is very good. Okay. The next one, 90 to 94, where at least solid 80, 90, nah, 80% is kind. Yeah, it's just let's be kind. 80, 85% of cigars that is rated in the big boys in the industry is a 90 to 94 cigar, which they claim outstanding. Outstanding. We're gonna get into that. And of course, creme de la creme, from 95 to 100 is seen as classic. This is seen as you don't want to miss out. You do not want to miss out. I'm just going to touch the camera slightly. Sorry guys, sorry about that. So that's supposed to be seen as you don't want to miss out. Right. Now me, I have my own scoring system that I created, and I started scoring cigars from the beginning of the year. I never really scored cigars before that, but I started scoring cigars after I wanted to really smoke, get through cigars, kind of understand them, get the palate, etc. Before I started putting my own scoring at them. And I call it the Viva 5-point scale. Now, I rate cigars on 5 different levels, yeah, different categories, and then you come out obviously with an average, or you add them and you come out with 2 scores, because some people can't take a smaller number, they can't digest that number and understand what kind of scale that is, and some people need a bigger number to kind of, for it to help them make their decision of, yeah, that's the one I'm going to go with. So like I said, my cigar's on 5-point rating, and the first is burn. How does it burn? So how is the burn line? Is it burning hot? Is the burn going all the way down to the side and not coming up? How many times do I have to keep touching up the burn? You know, is it burning hot? Is it burning fine? You know, this, right, I'm not overly strict with it, but that would be near enough of 5 out of 5, yeah? It's always out of 5, by the way, always out of 5. And then, like I said, the adding will come into a bit more deeper. The second is construction. How has that cigar behaved throughout all 3/3? Yeah. Obviously, this has to do also with the burn, right? So, bone line's gone off. Yeah, it's corrected itself. It's constructed well. So good constructed cigar, because the rollers rolled it fine. It's not overly fully packed. It's not plugged. It's not underfilled or underfilled. It's super packed. It's plugged. All those things come into construction. Yeah, that's where that rating comes in. So again, you'll get to 5. I'm going to go through the scoring scales after. I'm just going to tell you the 5 points. The next one is flavour profile and complexity. What are the flavours coming out of that cigar? Now, we're gonna deep a little bit to this. Remember when I was talking about flavours in the previous episode? Just because a cigar might not have 10 flavours doesn't mean in a high score cigar that cigar might only have 2 flavours: earth and white pepper, and a touch of floral, touch of chocolate or something. Let's say 3. Yeah, 2 and a dime. Now, that doesn't mean it's a bad cigar. I don't rate that. Oh, I'm giving that a 2 out of 5 because it hasn't got loads of, no. That might just be a very consistent cigar in its flavour profile and the complexity of how it's delivered throughout each third. This is very important. Very important. This is how I score them. They don't go in, oh, because it doesn't have 10 flavours. Obviously, I personally like a complex cigar, but I'm not biased to it. There's loads of cigars I've had that I like and love, and they're just Seri P number 2. My last one was actually quite more complex than I've ever had before. Never really had that much more complex. But then again, maybe I wasn't overly fussed about picking the flavours, but if you read the blog and you read the review of the cigar, you'll see that I've been aging my P2s. So I have some loose P2s. I'm aging them at different stages, different times. So I have one that's 2017. It's about what, 4 years, and then I have a couple that's only about, at the time I think it was about 18 months. So that one had been about 18 months of age, and the flavours I got different flavours that I didn't ever experience before when I had a P2 ever had. I was just getting a lot of more earth, pepper and spice. It was very punchy. This one, it's settled down, medium bodied, and it pronounced a lot more flavours. I got this sort of herbal floral note. It was very toasty tobacco and stuff. I never ever got that before. It was just straight pepper and earth. So that's where that complexity. How does it complex? It might only have 2 flavour profiles, but how is it complex with that flavour? Is it just a bit dash? Is it strong? And it's the delivery. It's always the delivery of how it is, how it goes through. You know. The next one is I'm looking at it as if I've got it, and I'm reading my head every time. Is transition. How has that cigar transitioned from phase 1 to phase 3 through the thirds? Yeah, has it started well and then just died off? Sorry, New World lovers, but solid 70% of the ones I've had. First heard, bang, first light, bang, punching flavours, punching. We're going to be in a delight this one. Second, third is where the cigar comes into its own. Go on. Couple, an inch or so, and the whole flavour's gone. I'm just getting pepper, or it's just bland. What's going on here? Not saying all of them, just saying some. Yes, there is some cubes that go there, but the Cuban just has a twang in it that just keeps it alive. It's probably, do I want to say it or not? Why it's got one of Cuba's probably the best tobacco around, but it keeps it alive throughout the third. You know, you might have something that's a bit bland and not really transitioning over complex necessary flavours, but it just keeps it going. It keeps it alive, you know. So that's where the transition part comes on. And the last is finish. This is very important in a way, because it's how it finishes, how it pronounces off you, off the draw, pronounces off your lips, off your tongue, yeah, out through the retro of your nose if you retro. How does that finish? How does that end from the end of that light? How does it pronounce out to the end of when you're finishing that cigar? Now, let my cigar go. I'm going to break down for you now how I break those down. So like I said, so it's out of 5 each score, and it goes in 0.3, generally around 0.3 of a rating, yeah? So let's just go right bang in the middle, 3, 3.3, 3.5, 3.8, 4, 4.3, 4.5, 4.8, 5. Under 3, 2.8, blah 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 blah. Out of 5. That's per category: burn, construction, flavour, transition, finish. Yeah. When you see the final score, 3.63 out of 5, that is because it's all those numbers added up, divided by 5. Then you get the whole average score, the final total out of 5. This is 3.68, and I'm going to break it down to, because people are going to see what is 3.68 out of 5. Like, where does that fit into the scale? I'm going to break that down for you now. The 25 scale. It's out of 5, right? Out of 5. Let's say a cigar, 3 out of 5, 4.4 out of 5, 5, 5, 4.3 out of 5. 4.3 out of 5, 5, 5, 3.8, whatever, and another one. All those scores added together makes one final number out of 25. And again, I'll put it into the scale. So, if you balance it up with Cigar Aficionados, yeah? So if they're below 70, what I would call a poor cigar, poor, is a cigar that rates below 3.0. So we're talking about the final number, yeah? The final number rating is under 3.0 or 14 out of 25, 3.0 out of 5 or 14 out of 25 is a poor cigar, yeah? It just hasn't, you know, for me, that day, that cigar, it just didn't live up to the reputation, of course. Of course, every reputation is great and high, right? It just hasn't lived up. It hasn't lived up to its promise. The next stage, which is average to good, for me, my scale, what my scale of average is 3.3 to 3.99 out of 5. So if you get a score from 3.3 to 3.99 out of 5, or 15.0 to 19.5 is an average cigar. Yeah, good average, you know, it's good, it's average, is alright. Had maybe some good points, maybe it burned well, maybe it constructed well, but the flavour profile was nothing major. It was boring, you know, it didn't keep me alive, it didn't keep me going, you know, it was just, as I say, a steady Eddie, Yeah. The next 4.00 to 4.3 out of 5, or 19.6 to 22.3 out of 25 as a total, is a good, very good, enjoyable cigar. Yeah, this is right bang in the middle there, or up cigars, what really should be an 80, 89 cigar. That's a very good, it's a good cigar, it's a good cigar. Maybe the burn was a little off, construction a little off, or it started well, didn't really transition greatly. You know, there was something about it didn't help it to get to the next stage. That's where that point rating comes in. The next, put this down actually, is 4.4 to 4.7, or out of 5, or 22.4 to 23.4. So it's just a full 1. Yeah, this is amazing cigar. This is a seriously good cigar. Really enjoyed it. Enjoy myself. Would I get more? Yes. Yes. We're in a condition. Some maybe might need a bit of age, but this is a good cigar. This is really good. Ideally, you want to be looking at the cigars from 4.0 upwards. 4.0 or 19.6 up in the ratings. These are cigars you want to be picking out. Yeah. Now, like I said, in my opinion, I always say this, in my opinion, some of those box worthy, some of those, you know, quarter box, pick up 5, pick up 3, age couple, blah blah, smoke, whatever. Up to you, it's your preference. But in my preference, that rating is an amazing, really good cigar. Now, the strict part, 4.7 to 5, or 23.5 out of 25 is outstanding, classic. You need to get a box of this. This is their 95 out of 100 rating, which every cigar seems to be. This is, you got to be doing something really good, or I just got lucky that day to get that rating. There's only about, I think about this year, guys, I think there's only about 3 cigars, maybe 4, that have touched that level out of like how many, and the blog is not even documenting, like you've seen the box with the bands, the blog is not even documenting all of them. It's only documenting ones that I've put the most meaty review in, or has gone through without any problems, whatever. That is a seriously good cigar. That is a cigar I'm telling you, you need to get. And yeah, you might have a couple that don't, like this PLPCI that didn't live up, but when you get one and it's hitting, I'm telling you now, it's hitting. You need to grab that. Yeah. So that is how I break it down. Now my issue is, you get people in the industry. This is a quote, not naming names. It's not a world beater. It's not a world beater. It's just, in my word, basically, we'll say a steady Eddie. It's not a world beater cigar. Yeah, it's a good cigar. It's alright. Yeah, it's not really punching, you know, above its weight. That's what they say. And the rating is 89 out of 90. It's not really a punching above its weight. It's an okay, a steady Eddie, basically. 89 out of 90. Remember what I said? 90 is supposed to be outstanding. How can an outstanding cigar be a steady Eddie? It wasn't punching above it. If you're giving me a rating, you're telling me this is 89, 90. This is 11 points off the top, the highest rating you get. I'm expecting stupendous. I'm expecting something stupendous. I'm not expecting a steady Eddie. Oh yeah, it was so right. It's not a world beater. Not a world beater, and it's only 11 points off. Are you deep in what I'm trying to get at here, guys? Right, so I'm going to go through a couple that I wrote down that I picked. The Casa Torrent 1973 Torpedo was given a 94 rating. 94 rating by Cigar Aficionado. Now I had the Robusto, no, I had the Grand Toro. It's the same blend, just different Ritola, same blend. 94 is outstanding, just touching off classic. I didn't actually score it, but I know from my review that would have been getting 3.3. I don't think he was even average. It was just so bland. It wasn't going. The Oliva, Melanio, Cervi, Churchill, 95.1. Now I've only smoked the Lancero. I have the Toro, and I've also got I've just got the Toro in Cervi, but the Melanio I've got the Robusto, which I haven't smoked yet. We will do that in the vlog. 94 points for the Lancero. 94 points. Outstanding. Good cigar. I smoked it a few months ago. Rating 4 out of 5. 20 out of 25 is what I got it from the blog. Good, very enjoyable cigar that rating comes into. 94 they're telling me. Outstanding. I have smoked a few. 94 points, guys. Outstanding. An outstanding cigar. It was far from outstanding. Good cigar, really enjoyed it. I'd love a box of it. My opinion, my preference, yeah, I'll take a box of it. Good morning smoke. Breakfast smoke, nice. You can have it all time of the day, really. Nice Lancero. But outstanding. Good, very enjoyable cigar. My rating. Keep to me. We've got a couple here that we're going to go through. Brick House Double Connecticut Corona Lager. Now I had the Robusto at a time, I think it was just before I wasn't scoring it. One of the worst cigars I've ever had, honestly. It was just so bland. That Connecticut wrapper was just unbelievably bland. It wasn't giving off anything. And if I'm not wrong, they gave that was in 2018, that got like a 94 plus or something. 90. It was from Cigar Journal, this one, so that was 90 plus ratings. The Balmoro Anejo Rothschild Massivo. As you can see, I hope it's going to focus. I smoked it. Don't lie. Smoked it. You've seen the band. 90 plus rating they gave that. I gave it a 3.5. That puts it in average. 17.5 it was. Then got overall. Boring. Bland. I was bored. After the first third, I got a couple flavours. I was bored, guys. I was bored. My gripe with a lot of these new ones, like I said, first third is great. After, it goes missing and disappearing. There's nothing to it. The Prensado, like I said earlier, it was a torpedo. I've had the Robusto. I had this the other day. The Toro. Nothing going on. In fact, I had so bad construction issues on both, and they're both stored in the same place, same way. It's funny thing was I smoked the Lancero the day before, the Robusto, and it was perfect. No construction issues, perfect. Come to the might be a bad batch I got. They're saying it was a great cigar. And the Partagas No. 1 limited edition 2017, we're gonna find that one out. Watch this space. We're gonna check that. They said it's a 90 plus. A friend of mine said that was actually really good. That could be 90 plus. Yeah, could be, because it's aged for a long time. Obviously, if you know about edition limitadas and the Cubans, they aged the tobacco 2 years before the actual date they pull it out. So that's supposed to be 2015. A friend of mine had it the other day. In 2021, so that's what, a good solid 6 years. That should really be in its prime right now. But they did this in 2018, so it was technically at about 3 years, a year from the limitada, but the tobacco really had 3 years of age. One I'm actually excited to try, the Perdomo Habana Bourbon Barrel Aged Sun-Grown. I've just got some in. I just got one. Some sun-grown Perdomos in, 10th 20th anniversary the bourbon barrel age, and I have the, what is the other one? Oh man, I can't remember the other one now. The other Songarona, I can't get it. Oh yeah, the Lot 23, which I've heard a lot about. Got a lot of rave reviews. Excited to try those. I'm gonna let them sit. I just recently got them. I'm gonna let them sit later in the year. We're gonna go over those. They're big smoke, they're Toros, so they're big smoke, so we're gonna go over those. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, now obviously when you see certain scoring, you're gonna see obviously the smaller numbers and the larger numbers of mine, that sometimes, because obviously you've had to add it together and make it to a number, it's kind of on the cusp of two scores. Now I'm giving some examples. If you read the blog, you'll see some examples of these, which I'm going to run through quickly. The Hoyde Man3 Epica Deluxe, absolutely fantastic score. I love that score. I've smoked quite a few after this. This was a revisit. Originally, I think I gave it like a 20.5. One of the first reviews on the blog. Then smoked it a couple months later. Got a 21.6, which puts it in the good, very enjoyable cigar. Separately, got 4.3. So 4.3 is just missing off amazing. Now, I personally really like that cigar. If I had a daily rotation of about 5 cigars a day, that would 100% that'd be in it. I just love that cigar. I just think it's a great cigar. Get yourself some boxes. I have to get yourself some boxes of that. PLMC, Polaraga Monte Carlo. First one I ever had, wasn't really showing much. This cigar you need to give age. Luckily I got 2 from a friend. Had one, wasn't good, so now I'll leave it for a bit. 8 months later down the line, 4.4, outstanding. 22 out of 25. Now 22 goes into the good, very enjoyable, but the 4.4 is the cusp of outstanding. It was amazing. It literally is really on that cusp of very good, enjoyable, amazing, in my opinion, at least. To you and others, it could really step that extra mark. It just depends, but that's a great phenomenon. If you like Panatellas and small gauges, like Lanceros and all stuff, you like Panatellas, you need a box of that, but they need time. Unfortunately, you need to give them. I told you I had this one 8 months after. 8 months from when I got it. The 8 months really showed well. Perdomo Criollo, 10th Epicure Champagne, I think that I had, or Criollo. One of those anyway. Actually, I'll just quickly go through it. This one, here we go, guys. Yeah, it's the Criollo, sorry, not the Champagne, no. It's the Criollo, this one. I'm just going to focus with the light. It's going to focus. Anyways, fantastic cigar. Really, really, really enjoyed that. It's funny, I can't actually remember it too tough, but I really enjoyed it because the score is amazing. The score is pretty high. This is going to be in my top 25 of the year, and when I'm doing separate the New Worlds and regions, if I have a lot, this could even be number 1 until I get to the other Perdomos. That was the first Perdomo I ever had as well. So I'm not a Perdomo fanboy. That was the first Perdomo I ever had. 4.62, which is outstanding, amazing. And 23.1, which again, right in there, outstanding, amazing. I can't actually remember too tough what I was getting from it, if I'm honest, but it did something for me that day. I don't give out scores lightly. It did something. Cohiba Siglo 4. I literally had this a couple of days ago out. You'll see on the pictures in the blog. 4.54, which is outstanding. 22.74, again, outstanding. The Siglo 2 scored a bit higher. I just felt it just gave a bit more. It was missing when I had the Siglo 2, when I had Siglo 4. Yeah, it's a bit longer in the Corona Gordas. It's just missing that little edge. It missed that little edge to really put it in that top realm. Otherwise, if you get a good one, fantastic. Unnum. I had this the other day. Finally got to have it. The Unnum Jumbo. That's why I've got the band right here, as you pull on my candle. Now the rating for this is quite low. It's quite low. 3.68, 18.4. Harsh? Nah, not really. I don't really think it's harsh. However, it is a good cigar. The rating is low, but I actually think it's better than the rating. So it's a good cigar for what it is. The price point, the value of it. It's a lot better actually than the rating suggests. But I can't just give it a rating if it didn't. Do you know what I mean? But for me, in my opinion, it's a good cigar. Everyday cigar. Yard guard. It's just a 60 gauge. It's a bit harder for me to have that as an everyday. 50, 52, 48, 52. Yeah, perfect everyday that for me. But I didn't use that gauge as a scoring point. It don't ever come as a scoring point. Now we're gonna controversial. Padron 2000 as we close off. The Padron 2000 only got 3.7 average, 18.5 out of 25. It was bang stock average. I got it at the exact same time as a Padron 3000. Now, let the 3000 obviously, I'm not gonna lie, the 2000 really put me off, so I didn't really want to smoke the 3000. Had the 3000 quite recently. The 2000 was just bang stock average. It was just, it must have been about 4 or 5 months since I got it. It's a new world. It's had that's a lot of time to sit. It was just bang stock. It was just, nothing was going. It was just bang stock average. The 3000, however, scored 4.2, just missed the cusp for the next level, 22.74. Now this raises it. So it got 21. I was reading something else. Very good cigar. The flavour was pronounced out, a little bit more herbal, pepper spice. It was chocolate there. Well, it was very chocolatey on the wrapper. I wasn't cold draw a bit as well, but it wasn't really much in the flavour. But the wrapper was just chocolate bomb. It smelled unbelievable milk, sweet chocolate. But so I say that was levels above the 2000 level. So I'm not biased, guys. I'm not trying to, because I don't like one. Oh yeah, this is just gonna be poor. I let it sit, and then I needed to smoke one day. I picked out a couple. Asked my friends, "What do you think?" And one of them was like, "Get the Padron a go." I was like, all right. I'm glad I did. So thanks to my friend Bazza that day. Fantastic that was. So yeah, obviously they have some big other cigars that we're gonna try. The EP Carrillo 98 small, you know. Big head to head we have of that cigar. Watch your space. I've just got in the Pledge and the Encore. Just literally today got them in. So I'm gonna let it sit for a couple months first. Big head to head. Watch your space. Artman Sir Winston got a 94 rating. I mean, in the community gets a high rating. I have a few. We'll see how it goes. Big head to head to that as well. Big head to head. Watch this space. Tatuaje Fausto FT153 93 rating. I've got one. Haven't smoked it yet. It's from the Esteli. Smoked a Tattoo and the score 2.76, 13.8. One of the most deadest scars I've ever had in my life. It was just, the Padron 2000 got 3.7 and this got 2.7. Like, we're talking the whole world of how bad that was. It was just, it wasn't nothing wrong burn wise, I don't think, or anything like that. It was just dead. It just wasn't giving anything, just tobacco. And the Siglo 6 2-Boss got a 92 rating. The Siglo 6 is supposed to be, some people say that is the best of the whole lineup, especially the Siglo range. We shall find out. I don't have 2 bows, but I have a few loose. End of the year will be coming to that, so please just watch this space. I know I've rambled on. I promise you these are the longest we're ever going to have of these episodes on rants. On the actual reviews, we're not going to go this long. 10 minutes at best. We're not going to go this long, so please guys, like, share, subscribe, and we're going to roll off into the last subject I want to talk about in the cigar industry.